Hey, bright lights. Welcome. My name is Tina, and it has been some time since I have posted a video, but I have been feeling very pushed to start communicating again with people, about higher consciousness, about getting into alignment with who they really are and becoming more self-aware and doing their inner work so that we can all create a better world to live in. And so I have been offline for some time doing a lot of my own inner work. I had suffered from some extreme burnout, as I'm sure some of you can relate to. And I wanted to, but I have been feeling now I'm ready, to get back online. And, but I'm also supposed to give you the message that you're never always going to feel ready when it's time to make a change, that it's okay to wait, but it's also okay to feel very uncomfortable about the process as well. And this doing things that are very uncomfortable gives you that opportunity to overcome them and to start to work on your intuition and your flow. So the first thing that I wanted to do today, like I said, is I have been getting a lot of messages about there's a lot of us, me included, that have been sitting on the sidelines for quite some time. And it's getting to be very necessary for people to start acting on some of these impulses about doing their inner work and showing up in the world in a different way and looking for options as well. We don't have all the answers, none of us do. So the first thing I wanted to start with today is I did some creative writing, and I had been working on my channeling skills. And so I have been channeling my guardian angel, whose name is Shala, and I have been doing that for quite some time. And I will eventually put out a video on how that came to be. But I did have some things that came through from my guardian angel that I did write down through my creative session this morning that I was being pushed to share with you. And so this is directly from that channeling. Look at the sky, the sea, the forest, the lake. Everything that is in your reality is what you have manifested. Why do you never take credit for it? That is because you think that others will think you're crazy. So appreciate all the beauty around you, even if you have no money, because money is just one form of abundance. Even a homeless person can admire the beauty and freedom around. But the suffering of the mind is what has created the illusion of having nothing, and that is okay. Everyone chooses their lessons very carefully, as you did, and your awakening will happen. It may take many lifetimes for that to occur, but it will happen. There is nothing wrong in the world but the collective projection of what is happening inside. For and to fix the inside, if you choose to fix the inside, you will change the outside. Most people continue to want to change everyone around them instead of working on themselves. If you are seeing all the faults of the world, it's because you haven't seen them in yourself. That is why they will continue to show themselves to you. To start to do your inner work is a must. To be dedicated, not like some chore, but something you love to do. And then notice how you feel while doing it. Pay great attention to this. It is always about the awareness you can build within yourself. You are not the body, you are not the mind. You are the divine spark that is nestled deep inside of you. You are everything and you are nothing, all at the same time. Be still, be free, be kind. And that was from Shala. And so I would like to do today is to bring through some messages for anybody that feels inclined to click on this video. And so first of all, the first card I get is the 10 of Wands in reverse. So this means that many of the viewers or people that would be inclined to click on are in a process of recovery. There's a rebuilding going on, just like we talked about the impulses there, coming forward, figuring out how you can be of service to others. That is showcasing itself very well to you right now at this time. And so the next card I'm getting is the Sun card. So full illumination and clarity is coming onto how you are going to start this process, what's going to work for you. Uh, but you have to keep in mind, so when I see the Sun, we know this is a very positive card, so it's great that it came out. But horses in represent boundaries as well. And so there may be a need for you to illuminate where you're needing some boundaries right now so that you can start to heal this inner child that is riding on this horse, that carefree person that we used to be as a child before we were inundated with all of the negative energy, the anxiety from our parents. And, I'm getting a feel that a lot of you have been through a lot of trauma, just like I have been. So it's hard sometimes to find that joy and to get back to that childish behavior. But the cards are saying this is really important, just to find something of joy that you love to do that will help to also open up new ideas and new ways of doing things as well. So the next card I'm getting is the King of Cups in reverse. And so when we see the King of Cups in reverse, this is a masculine energy. It could also be a woman that is very much in her masculine energy, but this is more of a manipulative, controlling person that is around you. Someone that is manipulating your emotions that you may not be seeing very clearly. So it's very important for you to start moving to that recovery, start identifying those boundaries and who that person might be around you. um, and yes, and so the next card I'm getting is the Empress in reverse. So there is a struggle going on right now with ideas and with the Empress in reverse is lacking ideas. It's lacking, fertility. And so somebody might have their thumb on you and maybe taking some of your joy away from you. But remember that nobody can take that from you. It's again, it's something that is in your control. I know that's easier said than done because again, I've had my own struggles. I have always chosen more narcissistic partners because it was meant for me to learn to come into my independence, to put those boundaries around, to see my own value and self-love. And so when I see the Empress in reverse, this is a lack of self-love. This is not loving yourself and putting up those boundaries because of fears, abandonment issues, of feeling alone in the world. But that's okay. I mean, those are the lessons to be learned because those start off from our childhood and usually they replay out in adulthood. So again, it's just meant, when I see the first two cards, I feel like you are seeing it and you may not know yet the best way to handle the situation, but the first step is really identifying it and seeing it. You can't fix it if you're not conscious of it. So I give you much credit if you're seeing the pattern. You may not know exactly what to do about it right now, but that's okay. I want you to still start working on your self-love, start working on your self-care. That means feeding yourself well, getting good sleep, exercising. Those are very important things to helping to start to heal inside when you start to really, and again, this is not about self-indulgent behavior, and it's very important to understand the two. So it isn't eating, you know, eating pies and ice cream. And I know we have Thanksgiving coming up, so take that with a grain of salt right now. Um, but again, eating a pint of ice cream is self-indulgent. It's not nurturing your body. It's not necessarily what your body needs. It's trying to numb, what is going on. So again, I see some conflict going on, there's some inner conflict, whether you're manifesting this, you're already seeing it in the outside world with another person, or you might be feeling it inside, some conflict. Now, this card can also be a training card, working and training. And again, none of these people are looking at each other. So again, this is telling me, this is an inner conflict. So this is about starting to do that training we talked about and focusing just on the self, not on the person you're having the conflict with, starting to take the action on yourself. And so the next card, I see that you will be climbing to higher ground. You are working on that. I'm so proud of you. That's already you're defending yourself, but you're doing it from more of a higher perspective. So that's the first step. That's wonderful to see here. I like to see that card. So the actions that you will be taking will put yourself up above. And like I said, I know we've got our family is our biggest opportunities for growth in the inner world, and I am no different. I have my two children, and then I have siblings, and there has been a lot of this very manipulative and controlling energy in my environment, and I have been working on my self-love, giving of myself, but with boundaries so that I'm not being taken advantage of, and then doing what feels good. Your body will tell you what is going on. And so I do want to pull a card here for this is kind of the archetype cards. Oh, so I had one pop out here. And so this is the networker card that came out, and I do love that this is purple, this lavender color. Hopefully you can see that really good. I'm sorry, there is some glare coming through um, on this card. So I'm trying to use my face here to where I can get this card to show up because it is very beautiful. And so the light aspect, so the spiritual aspect of the networker is enhancing unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. However, you have to be aware of the shadow side of the networker, which is conveying information for personal gain and spreading fear and falsehood. So again, it can be during Thanksgiving, people will come over, and then they are going to want to gossip. Or what happens is, a group will get together and they ostracize someone else. So it's just saying to be very conscious of that, to start to not fall in the traps, because a lot of times, when we have that King of Cups in our environment, they're very good at manipulating, just so you know, they are extremely good. And so they kind of perpetuate spreading a lot of this fear and falsehood about others. Because again, it's meant, some people need that to lift themselves up, but it'll feel very off to you. It will feel very bad. So be aware of that. The other thing is I wanted to pull an animal card. I love to connect with the animals. So let's see what other messages we can get here to get you through the up. Oh, koi fish spirit. Again, this is, oh, there is always enough. And the number on here is 36. And so numbers are very significant. So the 3 is about proper action. It's a self-mastery number, it's a teaching number. And then 6 is the anger part of that and being careful about letting somebody get you frustrated and angry. And then when you combine the 3, 6, and the 9, that's a very powerful energy. So that can go two ways. You can either handle the situation and empower yourself, and no one's perfect, so please be kind to yourselves. If the dragon comes out and you don't handle things very well, that's okay. It's just time to reflect on that. What went wrong? What can you do better? And so the koi fish, reminds us that, there's always enough. There's always enough love. You don't need to deal with someone else because you won't, the mind can trick you into, oh, if I try to get this person out of my life, I'm not going to have any friends, or I'm not, what am I going to do with myself? This is my group. But I'm really getting a call to weeding the garden, and that is really looking at those people in our life and the value that they bring and the value that you bring as well. So let's get a card from the elemental oracle. And here's another 3, and so it says it's east. And you can see in here, hopefully without the too much of the glare, that it's like a samurai and there's this big gong here. So again, this reminds me of that sacral chakra energy, and it's about beginning. So this is a good time to start your practice and start to become more self-aware about what is happening around you, and doing the action piece when you are being called to it. So new things come to the east. So this is about new beginnings for you and a new way of being. So I really love to see that card as well. And so let's get a message here from the angels. Aha. And so what came through is power and intention. So set some intentions for yourself. This is really where your true power comes from. Even if you're going to be with people that will trigger you, setting not what has really worked for me when dealing with people that are very triggering and very controlling and manipulative is not allowing my fear of what they can do, letting my mind take over, setting the intention that I'm going to have a good time. This is, going to be just fine. Getting your mind right, because again, how you think, sometimes we perpetuate relationships with people through the way we think, and we continue these karmic relationships because we are thinking that this is going to happen, or they're going to say something terrible, or they're going to do this, or they did this and I can't, get past it. And what that does is that energy is always working, and that triggers their energy to sometimes act in the way you think they will act. And I have had some really great success in setting very powerful intentions, meditating, cutting cords, and those types of things, but then not giving them so much of that thinking power, that negative thinking power, looking at maybe something positive you can pull from them and think about that. if you really need to have something to think about, thinking how the way you would like to see things happen and then allowing that to happen. So you have more power, not in changing somebody, but in helping to create how those people react to you. And so the final card that I would like to pull is from the gateway activation. Ooh, this is very beautiful. There's been a lot of gold and high and purple, a higher consciousness energy coming through. This is very beautiful. So the Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. And so I do want to read, because these are the very higher consciousness gateways that we are all working towards, to becoming that very conscious being that we're meant to do. Well, we're meant to learn. 67. Okay. The Earth Star chakra, found around 6 to 12 inches below our feet, is the energetic portal that connects us directly with the soul wisdom of Mother Earth. It is our gateway to the underworld of the earth, a space of sacred magic and mystery where we will find a lot of the tools, gifts, and skills the ancients used to connect with the earth and her wisdom. The Egyptian goddess Isis appears on this card as our spiritual guide. She is a high priestess of the stars who knows the importance of connecting with the underworld to stay grounded, aware, and manifest all that we need to grow. Follow in her footsteps by connecting to your earth star. Anchor down and go digging within to find any parts of your magic, wisdom, and experiences you have pushed down, both in this incarnation and in previous lifetimes. These tools could be helpful on the next phase of your journey. Connect. We've been getting a lot about connecting, as Infant Shala was saying in his writing, connecting. These cards have all been saying networking, new beginnings, intention. So imagine deep roots from the soles of your feet penetrating the earth and anchoring round a giant copper crystal star. Visualize streams of consciousness moving up into your feet. Receive them. Listen deeply. When this car is drawn, you know your Earth star has been activated and the wisdom you once ignored is finally being acknowledged. The rejected parts of yourself have now been rediscovered. There is an opportunity for you to rediscover magic too, but stay firmly rooted in all of your endeavors. Let the earth hold and sustain you. Don't rush ahead. In fact, if you've been wondering if it's time to move forward, know that it isn't. Stay put for the time being. Important information is about to be revealed, so wait and stay strong. This is a time of integration and rest rather than pushing forward. Great wisdom lies within you. Dive deep and find it, and trust in yourself. You have more strength than you realize. Well, thank you for hopping on. I was just inspired and guided to come on to share this with you, to all the bright lights out there that are feeling that they're on the verge of a precipice, as I am, that new insights are coming, new ideas are coming. It's all going to be okay. Thank you, and I wish you a very great day and week. So I will be jumping on from time to time as the messages come in so that I can relay them to you. I will also be doing more soul contract readings And I will be doing Matthew Perry will be the next one, as he's been around me quite a bit. And so that I plan to do as well. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video.